ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, 815.
Good news for you today, Tom. You probably didn't even think about this one. A multi-billionaire's phone can't really do anything that yours can't do. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 24th day of January of the year 2026, the latest it has ever been
in the history of mankind. Okay, the only flaw in your theory is that when a multi-billionaire picks up his phone and he sees his bank account and it says multi-billions of dollars, I pick up mine and it's red. It says negative $4.23. So,
well,
yeah, there's the problem there.
You're right about that, I guess. We have a great show for you, and the person probably still sleeping next to you. Maybe give them a little nudge and say, wake up. Greg and Tom are talking. We've got some good stuff for you to share on the 815, including, did you know there is a Rockford Shevet chapter? What is that and what's it all about? We're going to talk with Nancy Clark about that a little bit later on. But first, our first guest today is going to be telling us about Secondary Success and Beyond, this great organization. We talked with her 100 episodes ago, 102 to be exact. We're going to talk with her again to get an update on what's going on. Gabrielle Foreman, the founder of Secondary Success and Beyond. Very excited to get an update from her on what's happening. Some great announcements she's been able to make in the last few months. First, though, we need to take care of this. This could be victory day for Tom. He's leading by a score of 9-5 in our current race to 10.
Leading 9-5. Greg is way out of it.
I'm out of it. This week's big number of the week is 228,000. And the answer is Amazon or acres. Give us your guess in the comments. Let us know if you think the big number has something to do with Amazon or something to do with acres. And if you're feeling rather creative this morning, maybe write a little story on what you think it is all about. But that's not necessary. We'd love to set you up with a In Crowd 815 t-shirt if you guess something correct here on the show. But 228,000, big number of the week this week, is the answer. Amazon or acres? Let us know.
The Amazon forest in Brazil has millions of acres.
Right? True.
I already sent you mine, by the way. I sent it literally as soon as we came on.
The AI that created this photo, this graphic for me, just assumed we were talking about Amazon, the company. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I don't know. And then acres, just great big plain farmland there. Who knows? Was it acres of farms? I'm not telling you yet. We're going to wait till the end of the show. So stick around for that. Anything as far as big announcements go before we get to our first guest? Do I want to announce that our next mass karaoke trivia contest is set for March 19th. That is a Thursday night in March. And this time around, we are so excited to announce we have a $7,000 grand prize sponsored by Medicare 411 going to the winning team's chosen not-for-profit. And as of this morning, we have 5 of the 12 teams already spoken for. So 5 teams have already signed up to compete for the $7,000 grand prize. There's still room for 7 more. Is my math correct? Is 7 plus 5 still 12?
It was when I went to public school.
Okay, I don't
know. May have changed. There is this new math.
Yeah, that's right. So we still have room for 7 more teams to sign up. For details, shoot us a DM and let us know what email to send information to.
Okay, I got to interrupt you for just a second.
Go for it.
As I was giving you my little spiel about phones, I saw it said, oops. I don't think you heard what I said, did you? You caught enough of it because you said, oh, okay, I get it. Just in case what I said. I don't know why my phone does it or my thing does it. I said a billionaire's phone, he can look at his bank account and it'll say, billions of dollars. I look at mine and it says in red, negative $4.23. That's the difference between a billionaire's phone and my phone. I didn't think you caught that.
I was wondering if you were actually reading your phone live on the air and telling the world that you're $4.23 in the red on your bank.
No, I'm not today. Not today. I have like $12 in one account and I think $6 or $7 in another.
Oh, all right.
I'm good.
You're doing just fine.
All my assets are what's the opposite of liquid? Solid?
Solid assets.
Whatever.
One other big announcement this week is that besides our awesome $7,000 grand prize for the grand prize winning team in the masked karaoke trivia contest, March 19th, we will also be giving away a $1,000 prize to the highest scoring trivia team that does not win the grand prize. And that's being sponsored by our friend Jess Riley at Envoy Mortgage. So thank you to Jessica Riley, Envoy Mortgage team, for sponsoring the $1,000 trivia, high scoring trivia prize. Again, the team that scores the highest trivia without winning the grand prize is going to win $1,000 from Jess Riley's Envoy Mortgage team. And just announced yesterday, our $1,000 karaoke prize to the highest scoring karaoke team that doesn't win the grand prize is going to be sponsored by Advice Marketing. Welcome to the team, Advice Marketing. And thank you for helping us make this event bigger and better than ever before. So Lisa and Amy and her crew at Advice Marketing, thank you, thank you, thank you. So as it sits right now, $9,000 in prize money up for grabs on March 19th at Tabala Event Center. And one of the teams that is participating is this one right here. That's right. A team from Rock Valley Credit Union is back, and this time they're playing for NAMI of Northern Illinois. So more on that coming up. All right. Enough for announcements. Let's get to our first guest. She is awesome. She's got this not-for-profit that she started, COVID years when she started this not-for-profit. So looking forward to catching up with Gabrielle Foreman from Secondary Success and Beyond. Let's bring you on the screen, and hopefully we have audio with you this morning. Good morning, Gabrielle.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
Good morning.
I can hear you okay, and I can turn up your volume a little bit here so I can hear you better. And let me see if my graphics are correct. There it is. I want to bring this one right here and put you in the right spot. Boom, boom, and boom. There you go. You look great this morning, Gabby. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Awesome, awesome. Did your twins actually let you sleep last night? Is that why you look so good this morning?
A little bit. I did get a little bit of sleep last night, so
Gabby's got the most adorable twins in the world. They're just absolutely adorable. And are they toddling? Are they both walking around now yet?
They've been walking for a few months now.
Yeah.
They're climbing. They're starting to form some words. So yeah, they're moving right along.
One of the things about twins, you get twins that are, because they're twins, often they're smaller than your typical baby, right?
Right.
Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And then some might consider that a negative, whatever, as long as they're healthy.
Right.
And then on the positive side, they've got each other to bounce things off of. So they often, in my experience, grow and there's that little bit of competition going on all the time. Who's going to walk first? Who's going to communicate better with mom and dad first? So yeah,
they are starting to collaborate on some things. Just the other day, Levi was trying to climb into the kitchen cabinet and Donnie was standing watch, peeking around the corner to see if I was looking at them.
Mom's coming, quick, get down.
Yeah. So the older they get, the more fun they get.
I pray for you often, Gabby.
Thank you.
And my niece now is also pregnant with twins and due in the spring. So I've got that reminder of pray for the twin moms.
Yes. If she needs a resource, you can give her my contact information.
Okay. All right.
So Gabrielle, this is going to drive me nuts. Do you have a sister named Katrina by chance?
I do not.
Or a cousin? Okay, because I have a friend named Katrina Foreman. And I thought maybe you guys look alike. You really do. She's Greg, you know Katrina. She's on our trivia team.
Yeah, she's a little shorter than Gabby, but she's a cute little gal.
She is adorable.
Oh, I don't know her.
Okay, all right. I didn't
remember her name was Foreman, so I'm glad you brought that up. So before we get into Secondary Success and Beyond, let's tell everybody about yourself, because maybe not everybody watched episode 201 that you were on with us 102 episodes ago.
Forever ago, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So are you a native Rockfordian? Did you grow up here in Rockford?
I'm actually not a native Rockfordian, but I have lived in the area since I was about 15. So about 12 years now, my family has lived in the Rockford area. My dad is originally from here, so we've always had family and roots here, but I've lived here about 12 years.
Okay. And you went to high school where?
I went to Harlem High School, graduated from there in
All
2017.
right.
So
Go Harlem Huskies.
Harlem
And
Huskies.
then from Harlem, I know you went to NIU. Tell us about your NIU experience.
Yeah. So I was a Husky twice, once at Harlem and then another time at NIU.
Right there.
But I
There it
graduated
is.
from
Out there.
Huskies.
there it
NIU.
is. Yep.
That's NIU.
Yep. But yeah, I graduated from NIU in 2020. I have a bachelor's degree in family social services, and I minored in Spanish. I used to be fairly fluent, but don't ask me to say anything
You know, the
now.
funny thing about Spanish is if you don't speak it on a regular basis. When I was with the school district, I had a bunch of Hispanic workers below me, and I started learning the language quite well. And now it's been
Mhm.
10 years. I don't remember anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Limpio,
And what's
limpio. That's clean.
And what's really unfortunate is my parents put me in a bilingual program when I was in elementary school. So I started taking Spanish like in kindergarten through fifth grade. But when we moved states, they didn't have that program in Iowa. So that was the first down there. But then I picked it back up in high school and in college. And then 5 years have gone by and I haven't Spanish. So
that's what happens. You use it or lose it, I believe is correct to say about second
yeah.
languages. My wife teaches English as a second language at Harlem High School. And, she's often asked, oh, do you speak all these languages? No, everything's Google Translate, and she's got some Spanish and that's about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, unless you're using it a lot.
Yeah, and Duolingo just is not the same as
No,
actually speaking to a
Yeah.
person.
no,
So,
exactly. Well, all right. So secondary success and beyond, you go to college, and before you even graduate, you
yeah.
start this not-for-profit. What was the inspiration to start this?
Yeah. So in 2020, yeah, this was August of 2020, I started Secondary Success and Beyond. And initially it was an honors capstone project for school.
Okay.
I was in honors program at NIU. And in order to complete my program, I had to do a capstone project. And they had this big long list of different things that you could possibly do. And at the bottom of that list was start a nonprofit. And I was like, I've never thought to do something like
That's
that. So
cool. I'm glad they inspired that.
yeah. And the goal was to do some type of project that involved research, but also interacting with people. You write your paper about it, you call it done. Well, I started this nonprofit after kind of seeing some of the struggles that myself, for one, but most importantly, my peers who were first generation college students had while they were attending NIU, and just kind of talking with them about how hard it was for them to find resources and to find mentorship as a first generation college student, and how their family and friends can't really relate to the struggles of a college student, and they don't really understand what they're going through on a day to day. And I wanted to do something to try and help with that. But I wanted to start with my own community. Now, back then, I was young and spry and didn't really know a whole lot about the world, but I saw a need and I wanted to try and do something to fill it.
Was
Um,
there a mentor in your life that kind of gave you a little bit of at least of a blueprint, if you will, to start this?
yeah, I was very fortunate that my mom did go to college.
Yeah.
She has a bachelor's degree, but I'm also surrounded by, I have family who went to college. I attend a church where I have a large network of people who went to school. NIU specifically, actually, I have a lot of um, friends who went to NIU, but I realized that not everyone had that. And I realized that the difference that it made for me. And I wanted to create that same type of resource, that same type of mentorship for people who didn't have that, because I know the difference that it made for me. And I think that everyone who has access to the same things, equity, right? Then everyone's playing at the same level, and it makes it fair.
We got your mission statement up on the screen from your website, which I'm going to put in the chat right now. So if people want to go check out Secondary Success and Beyond, if you're checking us out on Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube, that should come up on the comments. If you're not watching on one of those, then it probably won't. You'll have to seek it out or type in secondarysuccessandbeyond.com. Secondary Success and Beyond, dedicated to enriching the lives of students in Winnebago County, Illinois, by providing essential scholarships and resources. Founded in 2020, we focus on empowering high school seniors in Winnebago County. And I think that's cool how you make it focused on your locality, because if somebody wants to do what you're doing in other areas, great, give them a charter membership or something, right? Let them focus on their high schools in their town. Have you been able to talk to most of the high schools in the Winnebago County so far?
I've been able to talk to a few of them. I actually did a pilot program at Jefferson right before I found out that I was expecting twins. So, sometimes life kind of shifts you into different directions. But that was a really awesome experience, being able to work with students at Jefferson, because it opened my eyes to so much. And it allowed me to take a handful of students and really work in depthly with them. And those students were freshmen at the time. And so really starting out with them early in their high school career, I think was beneficial.
Yeah. I really admire the way the high schools, gosh, it's been what, 8 or 9 years now that they shifted to the academy, what do they call it?
Pathways.
The pathways. Yeah. So when you're a freshman, you're kind of figuring out your pathway. And so your sophomore, junior, senior years, you're taking these classes that are helping you focus on something and not just being, it's good to get general education, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to know you're planning on getting into hospitality, or you're planning into getting on engineering or medical or whatever it is. That's something special. So, if somebody wants to help out your organization, you got a lot of different initiatives going on here, volunteering, partnerships, community events, and more. Is there something specific that you're focusing on for 2026 that you could use an extra hand for, somebody that can maybe volunteer their time, talent, or resources toward?
Yeah. So the biggest thing for 2026 is our new scholarship fund that we started fall of last year. It's endowed at the Community Foundation. And I'm super, super, super excited about that. Students are actively applying for that scholarship right now. And where we need help is we have a goal to get that fund fully funded by August of this year.
Okay.
So this week we launched the 27 for 2027 campaign, which sounds funny because it's 2026, but I'll explain. This year we have our dollars set aside for the scholarship that will be awarded later on in the spring. But for next year, we're raising money now. So the scholarship recipients for next year, we need donations. We need support now for that. So our biggest project this year is getting this scholarship fund fully funded and ready to go for students next year.
Having the vision to forward think that far is so important. I love hearing you say this stuff, because it's enough. It's not enough to just think about what's happening this month and next quarter and this year. To be able to see next year, and I got a feeling, I could be wrong, but I got a feeling you're already looking 5 and 10 years down the road here. So there's plans in place. 2030 seems forever away, but it's not that far away.
It really isn't. Yeah.
So for people to catch this vision with you, would be really, really great.
Yeah, this scholarship fund is really important to me, and it was truly a full circle moment when I was able to work with the Community Foundation and get it established. For one, as a high school student, I received a scholarship from the Community Foundation of Northern Illinois. And so this scholarship fund, I wanted it to be for students who are currently in college, students who are currently pursuing a trade or certification program. And I went with that specific demographic because I was that college student who needed that little bit of extra support while I was in school.
Mm.
The longer you're in college, the harder it gets to pay for it. Almost 30% of kids who dropped out last year, they didn't leave because they wanted to. They left because they couldn't afford to stay.
I was one of those kids 40 years ago. I mean, that was me. I dropped out because I was like, I'm not taking out these loans. I'm not doing it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a job. I'm gonna work for a while, and then I'll probably go back. Never went back.
Yeah, and the price of education has gone up so significantly. There was never a time at NIU where I didn't work at least one job, still applied for scholarships and got some, but then I still had to work and take out some loans to pay for things like room and board, transportation, textbooks, all those things that sometimes people forget about. And the amazing thing about the Community Foundation is their scholarship funds, when you have your fund there, those dollars can go towards the total cost of attendance and not just tuition and fees. So it can help with transportation and books and room and board and all those things that start to add up over time.
So applications for this that just got founded at the Community Foundation of Northern Illinois, applications for these scholarships are happening now?
Yes, they're open now. If you're a student listening now, you have until February 1st to get your application submitted. If you are listening and you want to support the fund, if you want to donate, you can donate at any time. There's never a deadline for that. But definitely help us reach our goal this year in getting fully funded. Right now, with our 27 for 27 campaign, we're looking for 40 donors to donate $27. And that will get us about 10% to our goal. So definitely go on our website. You can donate straight to the fund itself at the Community Foundation. I don't know if there's a place where I can drop that link anywhere, but I will, or I'll email it to you or something, so that people have access to that as well.
Is that where this button goes to on the screen, or no? Is that something different?
Yeah, if you click apply, it will take you to the Community Foundation website.
There we go. There we go. Let's put
Yep.
that right in the chat right there. So that'll be share this tab instead right now. There we go. Boom.
Yep, there we go.
Nice.
So
nice.
from this page, as a student, you can click apply now. And if you scroll to the bottom of that page, there's a donate button.
Okay. All right. So yeah, help out if you can. Every little bit helps. It doesn't have to be
Absolutely.
a big, huge gift. Any little gift will help and get toward the goal. So, and of course, the Community Foundation of Northern Illinois, just one of the highest of high quality organizations in the area that helps organizations like Gabby's out. So this is awesome. This is very, very cool. I want to make sure I asked AI. I've been doing the AI questions of the week every so often. I've asked AI if there were some questions I should ask you today. So before I give you a chance to wrap things up, one of the things that AI said I should ask you about is this: defining success broadly. Your organization emphasizes that college isn't the only path. You also support trade school and direct workforce entry. In today's economy, how do you help a student and their parents navigate the pressure of choosing between a traditional degree and a skilled trade? Good question, AI.
That is a good question.
But I'm huge on helping students understand. My own kids, I wanted to make sure they understood college is one path. There's other things to do, to get into the workforce, and traditional degrees or skilled trades. Is there anything in your program yet getting tied to the skilled trade thing, as a technical colleges or anything like that? Am I missing? I'm totally trying to leave this question wide open so you could kind of just like somehow, is there something about that you could talk about?
Yes, absolutely. So like you said, secondary success and beyond, we feel that college is one path. It is one option. And there are others. You can go into a trade, you can go straight into the workforce, you can become an entrepreneur and not have a college degree at all. I think what is really important is that students have purpose and that they have direction. At the end of the day, if you have those two things, you will find success in any of those paths that I mentioned. I worked with a student who happens to be my sister. And she decided to take a break after she graduated from high school. And I don't think she would mind me sharing this, but that is by some people seen as something that you shouldn't do. Like you should go right into high school or right into college, or you need to do this, that, and the third right away and don't take a break. But I think for her and for a lot of other young people, that space to figure out what it is that you actually want to do is really important. And as long as you're productive during that time, if you're trying different jobs, if you try something and you realize that you don't like it, that's just as important as realizing what you do like. Because it's sometimes expecting an 18-year-old to know exactly what they want to do for the rest of their life is an unreasonable ask.
Absolutely.
Even for me, who did go straight to college after high school, I still changed my major 5 times,
Yeah, that
I
often
still
happens.
Yeah, it does.
I still changed my mind quite a few times before I finally walked across the stage and graduated, and then changed my mind again after that. If I had gone with my original plan after I finished at NIU, I would be a lawyer right now.
Yeah.
And
You
so,
would have probably made a good lawyer too, by the way.
well, sometimes I think about it, like maybe I
Yeah.
should. No, I don't feel like it.
Your words
But
are so true because I went to college right out of high school. I was way too young, physically and emotionally. I was just way too young. And I took a couple of years and then I went back and then I did quite well in college throughout all of the college I went to. And it does. I'm living proof of that. And
yeah,
your sister, living, everybody. There are so many great stories to tell. It works both ways, but there is nothing wrong with taking a year or 2 or 5 off.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. My sister, she thinks she wants to be a teacher, and so one thing that she's done to see if that's true is she started subbing. There are things that you can do at an entry level position. You can job shadow, you can do internships, you can do all these things to see, okay, do I like this? Okay, I like this about this job, but I don't like that. So let me, take that information that I've learned from this experience and keep going and keep trying to figure it out. There's nothing wrong with figuring it out. People
No.
who look like they have everything figured out, they really don't, because no one does. And I
No.
think that a lot of young people, they do a lot of comparing. They compare themselves to others. They see what other people have done, and there's nothing wrong with having an example to follow. But at the end of the day, you take what you need and you have to apply it to yourself and then work with that and figure things out for yourself, I think is really important.
I'm glad you brought up job shadowing too, because not every career path has an intern opportunity for you out there. If you're thinking of wanting to do something and is no internship opportunities, find somebody still and do a job shadow, even if it's only for a couple of days,
Yeah.
just to see what's going on in that industry, in that world. That's kind of how I got into real estate. I job shadowed someone for 2 days and said, "Oh yeah, I can do this. I'm going to jump in." And I dropped everything and got my real estate license. And here I am 13 years later, still doing real estate.
Yeah.
It's worth the effort to cut out some time and find out what actually happens in that career path so that you have a better understanding. So,
Yeah.
is there anything we did not ask you about yet today that you wanted to make sure we talked about before we move on to our trivia transition with Tom and our next guest?
Ooh, I'm excited to hear more about this trivia transition with Tom.
oh, here we go. Here we go.
You and me and our next guest are going to try to score up to 7 points on his 7 question trivia quiz here. So, anything that we didn't ask you about today that you want to make sure we emphasize? Or that
Yeah, I just want to urge, my peers, the community to, if you can, support the scholarship fund. the money that you donate goes directly to the community foundation. It doesn't even go to our organization itself. It goes directly to the students who need the support. And the beautiful thing about the scholarship fund is that it is endowed. Your contribution will exist and continue to grow forever. The scholarship will exist in perpetuity. So I think that that's really powerful when thinking about where to give your dollars. Think about where it's going to have the greatest impact. And I think this is one place where it can have a great impact for a very, very long time.
Awesome. Secondary Success and Beyond.com. Check out the website. And if you can give even just a little bit, or hey, if you got deep pockets, throw a bunch of money in there. That'd be great.
We accept donations of all sizes.
That's right. None will be turned away. All right. Well, good information today, Gabby. It's time to do our transition. All right, Mr. Tom Warner, we will put you in the corner and put our that's a
wow.
That's a Bill Cash phrase right there. Good morning, Bill.
Warner on the corner. Yeah.
Warner on the corner. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning.
Nancy Clark joins us, the president of Rockford Shevet's chapter. We're going to learn about that in a little bit. But first, you and me and Gabby going to try. My goal is always to get at least 4 right out of the 7. If I can get more than half, I feel really good about the rest of my weekend. So we've been pretty good about doing that.
Okay.
You forgot Snoopy, by the way. So.
Oh, do you want me to play Snoopy?
No, you're okay. I got
okay.
my helper, Snoopy, every week. Snoopy has to make an appearance. Anyway. All right, you guys ready?
All right, let's do this.
All right. I'm going to get into my evil trivia guy mode. Now, these are not going to be difficult. All right. Your very first question. It's a sports question. But that's all right. You should know this.
There we go.
I don't know. All right, here we go. Sports. The Borg-Warner Trophy, no relation, by the way, no relation. The Borg-Warner Trophy is awarded to the winner of which race? Is it the Indianapolis 500 or the Daytona 500?
Oh, I don't know this.
Ooh.
The Borg-Warner Trophy. So it's a racing trophy.
Yep. Indianapolis 500 or Daytona 500.
I don't know. Does Borg-Warner give you any Indiana or Florida feels? Because that's what
No, as a matter of fact, Borg-Warner used to be on Harrison Avenue here in Rockford. My dad used to work there years ago.
Oh.
It was just okay. So the only help that would be is that I want to say it was one of the two had something to do with one of the two, and so that's how the thing became named. He put up the funds for it or whatever or something.
I'm flipping a coin. I don't know. Any feels at all, ladies? Any feels at all?
Dayton.
Let's go to Daytona. Come on, Florida.
Indiana. Indianapolis 500.
All right. Sorry.
All right. Sorry. I feel bad now. Okay. All right. You're gonna be just fine. You're gonna do just fine. You're going 6
I'd never heard that before. I mean, if you'd have said something about what's it, the drinking the milk thing, right? That's the Indianapolis.
That's Indy 500. Yes.
Okay.
So all right. Question number 2: birds. Which of these two flightless birds can run faster? Would it be the emu or the ostrich? Once again, which of these two flightless birds can run faster? Is it the emu or the ostrich?
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking, ladies.
Okay.
Are you watching TV lately? Are you watching the emu commercial where he's running on?
Yes.
To me, that emu does not run very fast. I'm guessing an ostrich can run faster than that goofy emu.
Are we in agreement?
I'm thinking ostrich.
Ostrich can run, get this, 43 miles per hour. An emu can run 31 miles per hour.
Okay.
Now, if I'd have said, well, the emu runs 31 miles per hour, you'd be like, oh my God, it's the emu. It has to be. No, 43 for an ostrich. All right, you're 1-1. 1-1. All right. Well on our way to 6-1 today. Well on our way. All right, here we go. Anatomy. What is the medical term for the human breastbone? The medical term for the human breastbone.
Sternum.
That sounds
That
right.
is correct.
Yeah.
Sternum is correct.
Yeah. All
We'll
right.
tell you some of the answers we got the other night. Yeah, people are bad. People are bad. All right. What is the capital of Puerto Rico? Question number 4. What is the capital of Puerto Rico?
Hmm.
I will give you a slight little hint. It is 2 words.
Oh,
San Juan.
San Juan.
Ah, yes. San Juan is correct. Very good. Very good.
I've never been there, so I have no clue. I don't know. It's Port-au-Prince. Port-au-Prince is Haiti, right? Port-au-Prince is Haiti. San Juan is Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right.
Right.
All right. 3 out of
All
3 out of
right.
4.
Yeah, you are 3 and 1.
One more.
All right,
One
movies. We're on question number 5. Yes. All right, question number 5. What was the name of this 1992 movie starring Gina Davis and Madonna?
Oh, was it A League of Their Own?
League of Their Own?
It was A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Go, Gabby.
Gabby for the win.
Right.
Well, for the win
People-
on that one. Yeah.
I think people forget Madonna was in that movie. You know, because
Yeah.
it was she as a major superstar as she had a small role in that movie, and
Yeah.
it was good, but people forget she was in that movie. That's interesting. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
4 out of
All
5.
righty.
All the rest is
All right.
gravy now. All the rest is just icing on the cake.
All right, here we go. This is it is a Martin Luther King Jr. question. What was the real first name of Martin Luther King Jr. when he was born? His dad and him had the same name. They both changed their names after MLK was born. What was his real name? I'm going to give you 2 options. Was it Michael or was it Malcolm?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure it was
Michael.
Yeah, I want to say it was Michael.
I'm pretty sure you guys are 5 and 1.
Yeah. My
I didn't-
son-in-law's
see,
name
I-
was Michael. So that was one of those things I remember.
I told you were going 6 and 1. Now,
Oh,
Greg and I always do Packer trivia. Sometimes we do Rockford trivia. It's still football season. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We're doing Super Bowl Packer trivia.
Well, you did League of Their Own, so that was Rockford this week, so that was good.
Oh, you are right. You are right. I could have used that as my Rockford trivia. So yeah.
sure.
All right. When Aaron Rodgers won his one and only Super Bowl, what team did he beat?
I won't be helpful for this one.
I believe it was Super Bowl 41.
Super Bowl 41. Oddly enough, the team he beat was the team he's going to retire from because he played for them this year. The Steelers. That's right.
The Steelers is correct.
That's
Very
Steelers.
good. Nicely done, folks. Nicely done. Now, if you'd have just said Indy, you'd have had a 7 and 0.
The flip of a coin on that one. I had no clue on
You
that
know, the
one.
reason I know that one, I've been to Indy 3 times. It's quite a spectacle. It's unbelievable. And I always hear, well, Borg Warner Trophy goes to, so and so. But if you watch enough of like ESPN or if you watch anything, you're going to see that reference made. So
Okay.
I don't
I'll
know if
notice it
Borg
now.
Warner actually started in Rockford or if it was just another like a whatever,
Yeah.
like a franchise or
Red
whatever.
light plant out here. All right.
That'll
Well-
be interesting research for another question.
There you go. Next time you're on, we're going to say, when did Borg Warner first hit Rockford?
Right.
Well, Gabby, I want to thank you for coming on with us today and sharing about secondary success and beyond. We hope you get a huge endowment fund established at the Community Foundation so this can go on for years and years and years and support all kinds of students. So thank you for sharing with us again today, and we'll look forward to catching up with you down the line, okay?
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Great job.
At the national, let me get my logo out of the way. The National Women Veterans United Rockford Shevet chapter has been here now in Rockford. If I got this correct, Nancy, going on 10 years. And that's why we're talking with you today, because there's a big 10th anniversary celebration coming up next month.
That's correct.
Thanks for joining us today and sharing. Before we get into the chapter, let's talk about Nancy just a little bit. Where did you grow up? Are you a native Rockfordian, Nancy?
Born in Wisconsin, 5 years old, moved to Rockford. My father did not want to be a farmer and left the farm and took a job at mechanics. And at 18, I dropped out of Rock Valley College. I was going to be a dentist, gateway to health right here. And decided that I would join the United States Army and end up getting free education. I wanted to travel. Rockford was not it where I wanted to be. And I captured my husband in Europe in 1971, and he was from the state of Maine. And I thought, oh, I went from cold to colder.
Yeah, there you go.
And I retired in 1990 and lived in Maine and became a school teacher, not a dentist. And my husband died in 2013, and I moved back to Rockford in 2015 to be with some family here.
Okay.
And I met some veterans and transferred all of my memberships from numerous organizations that I'm a member of, and met a Marine and female Marine who had just become a widow herself. And so we started the chapter.
Okay. Well, I got to back up to Wisconsin.
I was going to ask the same thing. Yep.
Where were you born in Wisconsin?
Lancaster, Wisconsin, at the Grant County Hospital. That's the Nut House now.
Grant
County. I call it that anyway. Yeah.
I've been there. I've been all over the state of Wisconsin. So
my father did not like farming. So
I understand.
Yeah.
My first, when I was talking with Gabby, when I dropped out of college, I took a job with a company called the National Motor Club. And we had a deal with the Wisconsin Farmers Union to offer them special memberships. So I traveled the entire state of Wisconsin, knocking on farmers' Union members' doors, asking if I can show them what's going on with the motor club and their Wisconsin Farmers Union. So I spent a year of my life all over the state of Wisconsin, where I grew up too. So
for a minute there, I thought it was a joke. Well, I was not. I was at a farm and I saw.
No.
So, are you a Packer fan? Not a Packer fan, or just don't care?
When I saw the first Super Bowl won by the Packers, I was 12 years old. I became a Packer fan. My husband was a Patriot fan. Tom Brady is one of our friends, and but I still remain a Packer fan. Yes.
Good.
So you're actually friends with Tom Brady. That's cool.
Yeah. You know, I have several family members in Wisconsin, so I like taking trips in the summertime and traveling through Wisconsin and catching up with some of those people that I didn't really see during my 20 years in the military. I spent a lot of time overseas, so I enjoy being in Wisconsin.
So what was your primary role in the military? What did you do for the United States?
I started out in clerical, and then when they opened up recruiting opportunities for women, I went to recruiting school and became the first female recruiter that was stationed in Chicago, underneath headquarters in 1973. In fact, I re-enlisted for 6 years in order to be able to come back to Illinois and become a recruiter.
Wow.
So were you part of like the swearing in ceremonies and stuff at Great Lakes and stuff like that?
Yeah, for about a year or so. And then my husband came back from Europe from his tour early and was stationed at Homestead Air Force Base in Florida. So we got married, and later on I was transferred down there to work in an air defense artillery unit.
the military. My dad was served in the Army. Almost all my uncles served in a bunch of in the Navy. When I wanted to do the ROTC program and go to Arizona State University, my dad said absolutely not. He talked me out of military service and shut me down and had pointed me in a different direction. But the military obviously gave you a lot of different opportunities and travel the world and do a lot of different things. Is there some highlights of that you like sharing about your time in the military?
Oh, I will. Yes. Funny you should say ROTC. I'm a graduate of Auburn, and they would not let me join the ROTC because I'm a woman. So my last 3 years on active duty that I retired from, I taught ROTC at the University of Southern Maine in Gorham, Maine. So I kind of come full
Good
circle.
for you. That's great.
And I support the ROTC program over there. Of course I do. But yeah, one of my highlights of my tour was I was stationed in Korea, and I took a trip up to Panmunjom at the parallel there, 38th parallel. And as arrogant as I wanted to be, I walked across that parallel, and I sat in the chair of the president of North Korea. And all of a sudden, lock and load at my head. And my captain is like, and it all happened in seconds. And he said, Clark, you had better get up slowly, walk very slowly, keep your eyes on mine. And as soon as I crossed that line back into South Korea, I was hustled out of there. And I thought for sure I'd be court-martialed for that. But you know what? I figured we got to make peace. So why not? Oh yeah. I got a lecture for quite a long time.
Well, I don't see any bullet holes in your head, so I'm
Alexa,
assuming-
No, but I tell you, it was a scary moment, gentlemen. It was a scary moment.
All right, I got to ask, what possessed you to do that?
Like I said, we got to make peace. We you know,
Okay.
it's got to start somewhere. So I
Yeah.
thought a crazy redhead, and you know, I'm able to talk. Let's go. They didn't see it that way though.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Did
it
you
was
learn
an
how to say "oops, my bad" in North Korean?
no, but yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Oh man. Oh wow. Well, the Rockford Shevet chapter celebrating 10 years here coming up in February. Tell us a little bit about what you've got planned for your event at Veterans Memorial Hall.
We are going to gather around 12 o'clock that day till around 4. We are going to have some vendors there. The VA Women's Section Department are going to come down with information for women. We are going to have the Veterans Assistance Commission of Winnebago County there, which I'm the vice president of the commission, and to talk to our women who need to have claims filed for their service time and any medical situations they've incurred. We're going to have a lady who sells Sensei for aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is a big thing in the VA hospital for treating PTSD and different things. So I'm going to have that represented there. We've got a couple of others. The Rockford Women's Club are going to come by. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. My colleague, Melody Bercato, is a Marine. She and I are going to tag team and tell some crazy stories that have happened during our 10 years. And then we have a guest speaker, Kathy Reed. She is a retired Army gal, and she's going to talk about her experiences in the military and also as a veteran service officer for the Boone County Veterans Assistance Commission over her lifetime. So it's going to be a very interesting day.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, I'm going to put the Facebook page up just so people can see what they're looking for if they follow along. I know you guys are planning on putting some information on here to
Yes.
get that out there as well. So facebook.com and look for NWVU Rockford Shevet to find the Facebook page, and more information coming up on this event in February 21st at Veterans Memorial Hall, which is a museum and is an awesome place to have meetings and events. It's a beautiful, beautiful building.
It is.
I
Absolutely.
totally recommend people taking more advantage of that and seeing it more often, because Mike's doing a great job. Mike Fredrickson's doing a great job of curating that. We've got a great resource there in Rockford downtown at the Veterans Memorial Hall. So is there anything else about this event or your organization that you want to make sure we talk about today before we let you go about your weekend?
We started this chapter because when I got into many of the organizations that I transferred here, there were one or two women, and I thought, oh my God, there's a whole lot of women, over 2 million in the military, that have, lived in our area. Probably, I want to say at least 2,000, 2,200 in Winnebago County, Boone County, and Stevenson County. Well, where were they? So when we started the chapter, we went out looking for them and said, we need to have a place that women can come to and feel safe and comfortable talking about their military career. I'm certainly sure, and I know for a fact, that my guys here at the VFW don't like hearing about some of the trials and tribulations that women have experienced. So we came to the Vet Drop-In Center and asked if we could have some meetings over there. And we started our first meeting on the 21st of February of 2016. That happens to be the 3-year anniversary of my husband's passing. And as he lay on his bed asking me what would I do for the next 40 plus years, I said, if it has veteran in it, I'm going to do it. And I will start that female veteran group. I did start a vet-to-vet program in the state of Maine with the retired volunteer services program to get out and talk to veterans. So I tried to do that here, but there were so many organizations that were doing that. And we started the female group. I had a couple of organizations say, why would you want to have just a women's group? Well, why not?
Why not?
Yeah. You all started one a long, long time ago that was all male. So we've been rocking the roads of Rockford, and we hope to continue doing that.
Well, I know the last time we were together face to face, we were raising money for Veteran Smile program.
Yes.
Already in December, so that was really great. You mentioned the Veterans Drop-In Center, the Veterans Assistance Commission that's here in Winnebago County is the description I've heard, I think, is woefully underproducing the amount of benefits available to veterans that they just don't know is there. So
yes,
there's a lot of assistance to veterans that veterans either don't know about or just aren't taking advantage of for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Exactly. And this is why I've joined at least 18 veteran organizations that I'm either the commander of, the second, a board member, and there's only one organization that I don't really do anything with. I just go there and enjoy adult libation. So, but I'm in all these organizations to help veterans. Yes, my focus in the Shevets is our female population, which is very underserved. And but I ensure that we do things for veterans every day, 7 days a week.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to your celebration coming up February 21st, and hope it's well attended and goes really well for you. So thank you for sharing that with us today, and we hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Absolutely, and thank you for inviting me to do this. I appreciate that.
You bet.
Stop by.
Sorry, I was gone for a minute. I had to rescue some cats from a burning house, so I'm back now. Yeah. No, let me just say one thing. First and foremost, thank you for your service. Secondly, I think that all vets are underserved, underappreciated, and underfunded, and all of that. And God bless you for what you're doing. God bless you. I can't say enough about that. My dad was a veteran. You can see his flag is up there. You can't
Indeed.
see it. I'd have to tip my computer up, and then I'd probably drop it,
Don't do
and the
that.
show would be over. Anyway, and my neighbor Steve is a wonderful man. He was in the Navy for
Yeah.
a lot of years. Him and I have military discussions all the time. I think it's a travesty what this country has done in the past. We're rectifying a lot of that stuff, and what you're doing goes a long way towards helping people understand, not just helping the vets, but helping people understand why it's so
Right.
important to help vets. And
Education. Yep.
what's that?
Education.
Education.
That's what we
Exactly.
do. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And Greg, you've been to our VFW here. We have two other organizations, the Shevets meet here, and AMVETS. I'm the commander of that also. We meet here, and I don't know, Tom, if you've ever been by here, but I invite you to come by and talk with some of our veterans that hang out here.
Absolutely. Memorial Hall, I've been there many, many times. So
Yep.
It's a wonderful place. The old building.
It is.
Big marble building. No, I love
Beautiful.
it. So if my schedule allows, I will be there.
My VFW is on 7th Street, right across from the busiest fire department in
Oh, the
Winnipeg.
Ross Pearson one.
Ross Pearson.
Ross
Mhm.
Pearson. Okay.
Yep.
So this won't be at the Memorial Hall. This will be at
Yes,
the
that
Ross
will be at
Pearson?
Memorial Hall.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
the event February 21st is at
Yes.
Veterans Memorial Hall.
Okay. You were just saying where your VFW is. Okay, good.
Okay.
Maybe one of these days I will
Appreciate it.
stop in and say hi.
I
Alrighty.
shall.
Thank you, Nancy. Have a great
Yeah.
weekend.
You too. Bye, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's
I
take
do like that little theme.
Isn't that fun?
Oh,
That's
by the way,
fun.
she called this gentleman as she was leaving. She obviously doesn't know us. Oh, wow.
Our current race to 10 has Tom about ready to do a victory lap. 9-5 is our current score, and our big number
Come
of the week.
on, victory.
This week.
Snoopy's going to do his Snoopy dance if we win.
There it is. 228,000 is the answer. Amazon or acres, and you sent me your
Yes, I did.
yes, so I need to change the score and get that off the screen. Let's see, is there a way I can adjust this screen? I don't think I can. Restream's doing some really cool fun stuff, and if I do things just right, I might be able to do this all together. Indulge me as I just play around here, looking to see if this is going to work. And now, oh man, where did you go? There you are. There you are. Is it going to work? Hey, look at that. That's beautiful. All right, it worked. Are you seeing it's still uploading? It says, but
Uploading, yeah.
My screen looks like it's going to be correct. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Amazon or acres. All right. So you sent me your guess. There it is. All right. Double checked. There's a new Amazon super center being built outside of Chicago over in Orland Park. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
According to Business Insider, it will have basically a super center, almost like a Walmart super center. It'll sell groceries, general merchandise, prepared foods, and offer in-store pickup for online orders. They're planning other services as well. It's a mega store concept that got approval from local officials about a week or two ago in Orland Park. It'll be the Amazon company's their latest push into physical retail space. It'll be in direct competition with big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And the store will be 228,000 square feet. You said acres, so I'm going to take the point.
Okay, that's okay. Hey, let me just say this. You know how everybody says too big to fail, right?
Uh-huh.
Watch out, Walmart. Watch out, Walmart. That's all I can say. Because I will say this, I'll go on record. You can write it down. Walmart is not very good in the customer service department. They just aren't. And I think Amazon will probably understand that. Now, 20 years from now, we might be having this conversation going, Amazon, boy, when they first started, they were great, but they just don't have it in the customers. Yeah, things just evolve and you get complacent. If you don't pay attention to what you're doing, you're going to lose customers. But I think Walmart needs to take notice that this might be a prototype. It's not the first time that Amazon is going to do something like this.
No, they've tried
They're-
these
they're-
smaller stores with the cashless stores where you walk in, grab your stuff, and walk out. It just scans it and automatically charges you. I don't know if those are still doing anywhere. I know they tried them in New York and Seattle and stuff, but I can't remember if that's still a thing.
Yeah.
But this one, I got a feeling it's going to compete.
Well, I'll tell you this much: I will drive to Orland Park just to see it.
Right.
Take
Right.
a Saturday, hop in the car, May, June, whatever, windows down I-90. I will do it.
Well, I wonder how this will compete with like a Costco or a Sam's Club. I think that's where this is really going to be an interesting competition.
This is true, yeah.
Because
I chose acres. I just want to say this because I thought 228,000. There's nothing 228,000 about Amazon. 228 million. I would have said Amazon.
yeah.
But acres. I thought, I'll bet you 228,000 acres have been bought up by, say, the Chinese, maybe by the Russians, by this, by that. That was my thinking. Anyway.
Okay. Well, the acres story has to do with Los Angeles Rams owner Stan Kroenke.
Kroenke, yeah.
Stan Kroenke now is the America's biggest private landowner. He just bought a ranch land in New Mexico, and now his total land holdings in America 2.7 million acres. For reference, 2.7 million acres. That's more acres than Yellowstone National Park, which is 2.0 million. And if you add it all up, Kroenke's land holdings are the equivalent of about 2 million football fields.
How many states it would be? Obviously, Rhode Island, probably Connecticut, maybe Delaware. I wonder if it's like 20 states or 10 states.
All of the United States' smallest states combined. How many? Yeah, probably 3, 4, 5 of them. I don't know, something like that. It's a lot of acreage. And Stan Kroenke now owns the most land in the United States. Which okay, now let's see. Can I remove this now and it just go away? Yeah, there we go. Which leads me to my trivia question for you this week, Tom, and you might want to add this to your arsenal. This is a pretty good one. Who is now the highest grossing movie actor of all time? So basically the actor that's been in the most movies, that those movies have grossed more money than any other actor's collection of movies.
All right. The obvious answer for me is Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay. Because he's been in so many movies?
He's in everything.
That's not the answer.
It's not the answer.
And I will give you a hint. It is a female. The highest grossing movie actor of all time is a female, and is basically what the main reason her movies have grossed so much money is she's in 2 of the largest movie franchises of all time. So that's why she's now the highest grossing.
Oh boy.
Now, for those who are a little bit confused by this question, and I could understand, that doesn't mean she's made the most money of any other actor. She's just been in movies that combined have made more money than any other actor has. Right. So
my brain is just okay. Nicole Kidman comes to my mind.
Good guess. Yeah. One more hint. She's been in the Avatar franchises.
Okay.
and the Avengers franchises.
Oh,
And I would have
all
never
right.
guessed your name because I don't remember this gal's name off the top of my head. But once you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I see your face in my head now. I know who that is.
Jessica Alba.
Zoe Saldana.
Okay. I've heard of her. I wouldn't have come up with her if you gave me 100 guesses.
No, and that's because, well, when you think of the Avengers franchises, how many actors are in those Avengers movies? There's a lot of big names. There's a lot of them.
And I have never seen Avatar, nor will I. It just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know. No reason other than the fact that whatever.
They're interesting. They're interesting. The first Avatar was amazing. The water one was pretty good too. So I think, what is it, the third or fourth one that's coming out now?
At least the third, at least.
So, and I'm not the kind of guy who like rushes to see the next Avengers movie. I don't avoid them. But I don't rush to them.
I've never watched a single Avengers movie. I avoid anything Marvel, DC. I not because I don't like it. I love Spider-Man. I love Batman, but I like the Batman with the Adam West and the Burt Ward. That Batman. Robin, in my utility belt, there is a Jeep Wrangler. We can get it and drive out of here.
Oh god!
I mean, it's just
they got everything.
It's classic, and I love the pow, bang, kaboom, stuff like that when they're doing their stupid scripted fights. But that kind of Batman I like. Spider-Man, the theme song is the most iconic. I love it. Dun, 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 dun. Spider-Man. I love it. But outside of that, no, I don't care about the Dark Knight. I don't care about Batman Revenge or Batman whatever.
No,
whatever.
Part of my rub with a lot of these action movies is there's too much action. I actually want a story. I actually want to watch something that I end up caring about one of the characters and want to follow them through the whole movie. And you're supposed to with the protagonist, right? You're supposed to with Spider-Man. You're supposed to with Batman. But a lot of times they don't do any character development with these action movies. It's just bam, 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 action, action, action. It's like, give me something.
And I'm not real good with sound effects and loud bangs and all of that. It just freezes me. I mean, I jump out of my seat half the time. There are times when I go to a movie, especially up in Beloit, let me just put a shout out to the Beloit Cinemax theaters or their Cinema Plus or whatever it's called. The Beloit Cinema.
Classic Cinema.
Classic Cinema. There you go. Yes. Classic Cinema. We've been up there 100 times. I love, not 100, a few times. We take the grandkids up there and we're seeing these movies and you got the chair that goes back like this. And if it's wintertime, you got the warmer and the popcorn and the drinks are cheaper. The movies are cheap. It's a wonderful experience. I highly recommend it. It's essentially like an IMAX experience without the big roundish screen. But for me, I find that I'm afraid it's just too darn loud. You know where that comes from, right? Back to the Future, Huey Lewis. Anyway, it's so loud. I have to wear my earbuds or I have to bring these headsets because it's too loud. And one day, and believe it or not, it was the Garfield movie. The Garfield movie. I had to put headsets on, lean over, and I fell asleep. I believe I have, and I hope nobody's rolls their eyes at this. Rough childhood, a little bit of PTSD. Friction, loud noises, it gets me. It gets me. I can't handle the loud noises. I can't handle the friction. I just can't. So anyway, so it's just weird.
I get it. As far as what's left on our show today, wanted to let you know that next week we're going to be talking with our Special Olympics Illinois Region A folks because they're doing a polar plunge in March. Thank God they're not doing it today.
No, I think they would have to cancel it today.
Right?
There's no water that's not frozen over, right?
There's you're not getting any water. But they're doing a polar plunge in March. And if I got this right, I think they're doing one where they have before at the lake at Rock Cut. but I think they're also doing one at Harlem High School. I don't know what they're doing with that, if they're putting out some kind of pool thing or what, but because there's no outdoor pool at Harlem High School. I don't know what that is, but
Put a bunch of ice cubes in the pool.
I don't know. Polar Plunge Chicago, Polar Plunge Region A. It's Region A, so I should have had this on, but I will talk about it more in detail next week when we have our guests on. So plan to join us next week to learn all about Special Olympics Illinois, how you can support them. And if you're brave enough to do a polar plunge, they're doing that coming up in March. Having Nancy on today. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, here's my suggestion for the polar plunge. Let's do it in June. But get a big vat, fill it up, and fill it with ice cubes. A lot of ice cubes. And then you're still jumping into really cold water. But when you come out, there's no chance you're going to freeze to death and, turn into a frozen icicle on your way back to the shelter.
I'm kind of liking that idea. I think that.
Yeah, I might even do it then. Otherwise, you won't catch me doing it. I'll just donate my $20. Here you go.
There you
I'll
go.
dip my toe in, and that's it.
Having Nancy Clark on today from the Shevet chapter, she becomes our 107th not-for-profit represented here on the In Crowd 815 podcast. So if things haven't changed, and I know they have, but if they haven't changed from when we first set our goal, we would be 90 not-for-profits away from getting the 197 registered not-for-profits in the 815 area. Now, since we set that goal, there has been some not-for-profits that have folded and some new ones that have come into existence. And one of those brand new ones is going to be on the show with us, already scheduled for March. It's called Threads of Triumph. Going to look forward to hearing about them.
Sounds good.
We also scheduled some ones that we haven't heard from yet. The Rockford Rugby Association, rugby team. They're a not-for-profit. We're going to be hearing from them coming up here on future shows. Got a lot of great guests coming up. Hope for All is a new one that just started, I believe, last year. So we're going to learn about Hope for All. A lot of great stuff coming up. And all that to say this, if you are connected with a local not-for-profit, especially one that hasn't been on the podcast yet, we would love to connect with you some way, shape, or form. So please send us a comment on one of our videos here, or shoot us an email at incrowd815@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you and connect with your favorite not-for-profit, especially those that have not yet been on the show with us. We want to hear about their story, why they formed, why they do, and how they support the 815 area. And of course, if you want to put together a team for the next Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, there is still time to do so. We have room for 12 teams at the March 19th event at Tabala Event Center, and we currently have 5 signed up. So there's still 7 spots available to put your team in. And I'll tell you right now, there's a couple of folks that haven't signed up yet that told me they were going to. I can think of 3 right now off the top of my head that have not signed up yet that I know that they're going to. And once they do, we'll be up to 8. So
that leaves 4 spots. 4 spots.
Yeah. I know of at least 3 right off the top of my head that said they were doing our event in March and have not signed up yet. I don't know what they're waiting for, because they don't need to get us team members' names until the week before the contest. So they just need to sign up. So don't procrastinate anymore. Please, you want to get in this, you want to sign up, and get us your email so we can send you the form. All right. That's pretty much wraps up the not-for-profit version of our show today. I know you want to talk a little bit of Packers football. And a little
bit of Packer football, and I'd like to do 5 minutes off the air if you don't mind.
Let's do some stuff off the air. But the biggest news of the week out of Green Bay is the defensive coordinator has taken another job.
Okay, so I don't want to say I'm indifferent about it. I love Jeff Hafley, but something's missing in that defense. For all of his glory,
I don't disagree.
Well, yeah, I mean, the middle was constantly open. Constantly. And this is the one thing we have to take care of. Jim Leonard, who right now, he's not the defensive coordinator, but he's I think he's the defensive, either the linebackers coach or the DBs coach for Denver. Can't talk to him until after Denver's done. So if Denver loses tomorrow night, Jim Leonard could be signed, sealed, and delivered by Monday morning. That would be fine with me. I like Jim Leonard. I think he's was a Wisconsin boy. They wanted him in Green Bay a couple of years ago, and somehow it just didn't work out. He was going to be the defensive coordinator had Joe Barry not taken the job. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And Jim Leonard's had a great career right now. He's highly sought after. But I think my own personal opinion, I think he's wanting to be in Green Bay.
It sounds that way. It kind of sounds like that Barry Alvarez is pushing real heavy for him. Barry
Yeah.
Alvarez, of course, from University of Wisconsin.
Absolutely. Iconic coach for
Iconic coach.
We won 2 or 3 Rose Bowls with him, at least 2.
I don't think Jim Leonard coached under him. I think Barry had already moved into the AD position before Jim was a coach there. So Jim's a younger
Yeah, but I
guy.
think Jim played under him.
I think, yeah, that's
He
possible.
played at Wisconsin, so that was the beauty of the whole thing. All right, so the Jeff Hafley, I've said it 100 times on this airwave here. I love Jeff Hafley. I think he has inspired that
Great
defense.
guy.
But I will say this: there are some lazy players on that defense. So if I can give you 2 things that I don't like, that I won't miss about Jeff Hafley, number one, he may just be like Matthew, my son, calls him Megamind. Remember Megamind?
Yes.
Yeah, he calls him Megamind because he's like, ha ha ha! I am the mastermind. I am Megamind. I am
He
going
looks a
to
little
have
like
a
that.
good
He
defense.
does.
And he's so busy focusing on scheme and this and that he's not paying attention to some of the other things.
The motivation side, yeah.
The motivation side, the discipline side of, you know what, you weren't hustling. Out, get out. Pack your bags and leave if you're not going to hustle, but you are going to sit out the second half. That'll go a long way towards getting these guys to play. The other thing is that the middle is always open. So those 2 things I won't miss. If Jim Leonard can cure that problem. Now, keep in mind, we have Micah Parsons coming back. We have Devontae Wyatt coming back. Make room for Big Daddy Baron Sorrell. He's going to be a stud.
Yes, excited about Sorrell.
Oh, my God. That right there could be the best defensive line in all of football. And what was one of our biggest problems this year besides that middle being open? So every 3rd down and 10, every 3rd down and 12 was a completion of the defensive line after they would double team Micah Parsons, and you've only got 2 or 3 defensive linemen, and you take another tight end. If you got a 12 personnel, which means 2 tight ends, then you have another tight end coming in and you block for him. You don't need your wide receivers if you're running the ball. So whenever you see 12 personnel, you're either going to throw to a tight end who's open or you're going to run the ball. And you don't know, and a good offense will disguise it well. That's when they get those big chunk yards. That's where Derrick Henry scores 4 touchdowns on you and runs for 200 yards. I know. Pour salt in my wound.
Yeah.
So if Jim Leonard can come in here and do some of the same stuff that Jeff Hafley did, but at the same time put his own little touch on there, cure some of the problems.
Good morning, Susan. Shout out, Susan. Good morning, Susan.
Oh, good morning, Susan. I assume we're going to talk to Susan.
We'll be on next week.
Absolutely, that'd be good. That'd be good to see her. So yeah, if he can cure those 2 problems, plug those holes, if you will, then I think we're going to be just fine. And as far as the offensive thing, I don't know if it came out, if it was even talked about that maybe Matt LaFleur needs to turn over his play calling to someone else, because
we've talked a little bit about that. Yeah.
I would like to see him get an offensive coordinator. Like I was hoping to get Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, I believe, is going to, is it the Rams? Is he going to the Rams?
Don't know. Where was Mike McDaniel?
I don't remember. I don't know where. Oh, I think he's going to the Chargers. And he's going to call plays for the Chargers. That's going to be a dynamic offense.
He did interview for the Bills head coaching job.
Yeah, no, he's done. I believe he now went to the Chargers.
He took a Chargers job. Yep, he took the Chargers job.
Yes.
There it is.
I knew it was an LA team, and there's only 2 of them. So
So yeah, there's the coaching carousel this year is insane. 10 teams changing coaches. That's just amazing. I don't think that's ever happened before. I think the most that's ever happened before was maybe 7. I don't know, but
Yeah.
crazy.
10 coaches, you're right. It's a new NFL. Things have changed. And I'm kind of bummed that Matt LaFleur didn't just go bye-bye. I really wish they'd have said, Matt, can you explain to me why you kept running the ball even though you knew it wasn't working? You did it four series in a row. It wasn't until the fourth quarter when you finally broke through and Matthew Golden got his first touchdown, which by the way was a great touchdown.
Oh, his run after the catch was amazing.
It
So
was
good.
amazing.
So good. So good. So, well, this weekend, you've got Denver with a backup quarterback hosting the Patriots, and the amazing Derek May, who's probably going to come in second for MVP voting this year.
Drake May.
Drake May. And then you've got Seattle hosting the Rams, which I think the winner of the Seahawks Rams game is probably your Super Bowl winner, but I'm not 100%.
I will agree to that. But it's not going to be the Rams. It'll be Seattle. Seattle is too good. I am watching this team going, oh my God, they're the 85 Bears. They're the 2000 Baltimore Ravens.
Mhm.
They're the pick any Patriots team. They are an absolute juggernaut. Special teams done. Defense, the best in the business. Offense, done.
Good enough.
And if I'm a Minnesota Vikings, whoever was in charge of letting Sam Darnold walk out the door should be fired a week ago. I mean, oh my God. He goes over to Seattle and he's looking at winning a Super Bowl. Did you have Sam Darnold?
The coach for the
Kevin O'Connell for the coach. Yeah. I don't know if I think it might have been him. It might have been him saying, "No, I want to give JJ a try."
I think he said, "I got my guy. I can work with my guy. It's going to be fine with my guy," and it just didn't quite go that way.
How'd that work out for you, KOC?
Kevin
O'Connell. Did we say O'Donnell? Kevin O'Connell.
O'Connell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always have to think KOC. Kevin O'Connell. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that's Sam Darnold. Did you have Seattle on your bingo card for a Super Bowl winning this year at the beginning of the season? No, I had Green Bay and Philadelphia in the championship game with Green Bay going to the Super Bowl, and I had them playing Buffalo. I had Green Bay and Buffalo. Buffalo should be there. They got absolutely scrooged on that interception that wasn't.
Yeah.
And then on a pass interference call that should have been called, would have put them on the on the 1 yard line, because I think it happened in the end zone, or maybe it happened on the 5 yard line, which would have put them on the 5 yard line. Either way, they kick a field goal and win the game, or at least go up 3 by 3. I don't even know. I don't even remember. Now it's all been, but all I know is those two plays cost them a chance to go into the Super Bowl, because I believe they could have beat New England with Josh Allen. Yeah, and then Sean McDermott, the coach for
Bills.
For the Bills, he was the fall guy here. I'm sorry, no. You could make the argument that, well, he's lost 5 in a row. You know, he hasn't made the play, or he hasn't made the Super Bowl, whatever. Okay, well, neither have a lot of other guys. There are only 31 head coaches that have actually won a Super Bowl out of 60, because Belichick has won 6.
Yeah.
Chuck Noll won 4. Tom Landry won 2. Don Shula won 2. You know, and so you've got all these guys that have won 2 and 3. Andy Reid has won 4 now, I believe. So, and then you filter in the rest of the ones and a couple more 2s. John Harbaugh won 1. So, but only 31 guys in the history of Super Bowls. 60 Super Bowls now, 59 going into this year. It'll be a new one this year. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. It could be Sean Payton, and it could be Sean McVay too.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of those two. possibly will be in. It could be Los Angeles and Denver, and then you'll have. It won't be a new one. It'll be one of the same old. So that number won't change. But
Well,
anyway, I'm Sean McDermott. I would have loved to have seen him be the Packers defensive coordinator, but I
well,
believe did he take a job somewhere else?
I don't know that he's taken a job yet.
Okay, so here's what I think the Packers are doing. They're holding off. They missed out on Christian Parker, which I would have liked. They're probably not going to hire Al Harris, which is fine because I don't know if Al Harris, he's never really called the defense. He's a
Yeah,
defensive backs coach, and he's
yeah,
very good motivator, but he's never called a defense. So I'm not sure I want to take a chance with this defense on a guy
right.
who's never called the defense before. So I'm okay with that one. The other one, Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, I'm sorry. He kind of crapped the bed with Arizona. He had 3 years and he had a big time losing record. So I don't know about that one. So let's go with a Jim Leonard or maybe a Sean McDermott. And by the way, Sean McDermott was 98-50. That's
Yeah.
pretty darn good.
No, he's
That's almost a 670 winning percentage.
I wonder if he's going to end up as a head coach somewhere else though, because the Raiders are still looking, the Steelers are still looking,
And it makes you wonder why.
the Browns are
Because
still looking.
okay. So these teams are still looking. Yes. Are they
The
waiting for one of those four teams to be
Yeah.
available? You cannot talk to them until they're done with their playoffs. So after tomorrow, there'll be two more teams you can talk to. So,
Here's a fun one for the last 24 hours. And this is I'm assuming this is true. It's on ESPN. Guess who's apparently interviewed for the Buffalo Bills head coaching position? Philip Rivers.
oh, really?
Imagine that. Imagine he comes straight out of retirement to play quarterback in a few games for the Colts,
Yeah.
and then becomes a head coach. Could he also name himself as the backup quarterback to Josh Allen and suit up and be a head coach at the same time? That would be awesome.
Not since the George Hallis and Curly Lambeau days did you actually have player coaches in the NFL.
That would be so awesome to see a head coach suited up on the sidelines. Oh man.
That would be absolutely nuts.
So as it sits right now, the Cardinals, the Bills, the Browns, the Raiders, and the Steelers all have head coaching vacancies because Robert Saleh took the job for Tennessee.
Okay, what about Atlanta?
Saleh left the 49ers and joined the Titans. Atlanta hired Kevin Stefanski.
Oh, that's just recent then. Okay.
They hired Stefanski, and then the Ravens hired Jesse Minter, who I think was
That was the one I wanted. I wanted him for our defensive coordinator, but he's coaching material. He's head coach material now. He's been coordinating for a while now. He was very good, and I believe he played with Baltimore, so that seems like a natural fit.
Yeah. All right. So, you got predictions for the weekend games that you want to throw out?
Seattle over the Rams. Doesn't matter what the score is. It's probably going to be double digits to single digits. Probably. I don't know. If I had to go, I really just think it's going to be 30 to.
Like a 31-13 is what I'm thinking.
31-13 sounds right. Maybe double digits to low double digits.
Yeah.
31-13. I'll go with that. Sure, why not? Because I just don't see the Rams doing a whole lot. That Seattle defense is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then the other game, I'm going New England because Bo Nix is injured. Jared Stidham, he hasn't run a pass since 2023. And you're going into the AFC Championship game with a defense that is really good. The second best defense in the AFC. The first and the second are playing each other in this game.
Yeah.
And I think Denver's defense won't be enough to stop Drake May. Whereas New England's defense will be more than enough to stop Jared Stidham. That is where this game is won and lost, with the defense versus quarterback. Forget the lines, forget the running games, forget the passing games. However, the passing game is affected by the quarterback. The running game is not. So Drake May is an absolute bona fide stud. He's an NFL stud.
He's exciting. He's
He
excited.
really is. He really is. So I think it's going to be Seattle and New England, and I think Seattle's going to win that game, and I think it's going to be somewhat ugly.
Yeah.
Again, I think Seattle is going to breeze through against the Rams, and then they're going to breeze through against. We've had some really good and exciting Super Bowls in the last 4, 5, 7, 10 years, whatever. I think we're going back to what we had in the 80s and the 90s, where we had and the Bears, they had 46-10. The Broncos, they lost 55. The 49ers beat the Broncos 55-14 or 55-13 or something like that. I can't remember what the 55-21. Anyway, highest scoring Super Bowl, 55 points for the 49ers. We had a couple of real duds.
I was going to say, we had that one stinker of a game a couple of years ago.
13-3.
13-3. Yeah.
Rams beat the Patriots.
Rams
beat
lost
13-3. And then the next time the Patriots were in the Super Bowl. Okay, first of all, that was a first. It was the lowest scoring game since the 16-13 Jets over the Cowboys. Not the Jets. The Colts over the Cowboys. Super Bowl IV. When it was 16-13, Jim O'Brien kicks the last second field goal.
Super Bowl III, Jets beats Baltimore 16-7. And then Super Bowl V, Baltimore beats Dallas 16-13. Yeah, so
that's right. Super Bowl V. That's right. It was the Jets beating Baltimore, and then it was Super Bowl V, which was 16-7.
16. Oh, this says 16-13.
16-13. Right, 16-13. That was so. I guess the 16-7 was the lowest scoring before that.
16.
My bad. Okay, that was when Joe Namath famously called out, "We're going to win.
We're gonna win."
What did he have to lose?
Right.
His name now lives in infamy. Not infamy.
The first AFC team to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Super Bowl III.
Super Bowl
IV was Kansas City over Minnesota.
III.
It was the Jets over Baltimore. The Super Bowl IV, Kansas City over Minnesota. Super Bowl V was the Colts over Dallas, and then
Dallas came back and won it the year after.
Yeah,
Dallas got their first Super Bowl, Super Bowl VI.
Yes.
Anyway,
so
let's put a bow on this thing and wrap it up. What do you say?
Oh, well, that sounds good to me. Can we do a couple minutes off air? I got some stuff I want to ask
you.
Off
air. Super big time. Thank you.
Stuff.
Gabrielle Foreman from Secondary Success and Beyond. Thanks for joining us and sharing all about your awesome not-for-profit. And to President Nancy Clark, the president of the NWVU Rockford Shevet chapter, with their 10th anniversary celebration coming up February 21st at Veterans Memorial Hall from noon to 4. Remember, friends, next week, Special Olympics Illinois Region A, talking about their polar plunge. And you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same thing. Meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Have a great week. Bye, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
815.